Hi, welcome to Radiant PT. I'm Caitlin Sue, a doctor of physical therapy specializing in pelvic health. Today we're going to be talking about period cramps. Why do they happen and how can we make them better? We'll talk about what's normal and I'll give you strategies and tips to try for your next menstrual phase. Let's dive in. Dysmenorrhea, or painful periods, is really common. But if you've stuck around Radiant PT long enough, you'll know that common, like peeing your pants after you've had a baby, does not mean normal or healthy or acceptable. Menstrual pain can be considered primary, meaning that there's no other underlying cause, or it could be secondary pain caused by another condition like endometriosis, adenomyosis, or fibroids. If you have severe pain that is impacting your function, meaning like your ability to go to work or school, please seek out medical help to rule out these conditions. If your symptoms are being dismissed by your gynecologist, seek out another opinion. Many gynecologists are only just starting to realize how prevalent these conditions are. For the rest of us, cramping might still be uncomfortable, maybe difficult, and definitely annoying. They make you want to lie in bed instead of going to work. First of all, if you're trying to follow a more cyclical approach to your life, use those first few days of your bleed as a sign that you should be trying to slow down. If you have the space in your life to be able to work from home, stay off your feet, or take an extra nap during the day, do it. If not, then take the downtime that you do have available and focus on actively resting and restoring, getting enough sleep, rather than staying up and scrolling your phone or binging TV. Use your downtime to reflect on the last cycle and start to set some intentions for what you want in the upcoming month. You'll also probably want to avoid intense workouts that are causing more stress on your body at this time and focus on nourishing movement instead. I've got a free guide all about syncing your workouts with your menstrual cycle, and I'll link it down in the description box if you haven't grabbed it yet. So what exactly is causing cramps? Well, prostaglandins are inflammatory chemicals that are made in the lining of the uterus. During the first day or two of bleeding, as we shed that lining of the uterus, those chemicals can cause constricting of blood vessels and contracting of the muscles of the uterus and the surrounding muscles as well. Prostaglandins have a generalized inflammatory effect in the body, and we see an upregulation of the nervous system as well. Fun fact, these chemicals are also the reason that you might have more loose and urgent stools known as period poops, as prostaglandins can also stimulate the muscles of the colon. Our menstrual symptoms are typically worse when we are generally inflamed, eating highly processed inflammatory foods, over-exercising, not sleeping as much, binge drinking, smoking, or just generally being really stressed out. So probably the most impactful thing that you can do to help with your menstrual phase is to start addressing some of those lifestyle factors. In pelvic floor PT, we treat period pain by down-regulating the nervous system and addressing some of the muscular tension that can be happening in the pelvic floor, the abdominal wall, the back, and the hips. Some of my favorite poses and movements are going to be diaphragmatic breathing, legs up the wall, cat-cow, happy baby, figure 4 stretch, sphinx pose, child's pose, and supine twists. If you want to see exactly how to move your body during this phase, make sure that you're subscribed here and following along on my Instagram over at radiant.pt, because starting in 2 weeks, I am taking you through a follow-along workout series. We'll be doing a different workout for each phase of your menstrual cycle, and we have a full menstruation movement session coming first. Once it's been posted, I'll also link it under this video. I will walk you through exactly what to do, follow along style, rhythmic movements, breath work, and restorative poses. It's going to be restful, restorative, delicious movement, and exactly what you need during this phase. Let's talk about a few other natural, drug-free options for period pain. You probably already know that heat helps to increase blood flow and helps with muscle tension, so hot packs are still a great tool to use. A TENS unit, like the Overa, TENS stands for transcutaneous electric nerve stimulation, also works really well. It essentially creates this buzzing sensation on your skin that overrides your sensory receptors and decreases your brain's perception of the pain. Next up, orgasms can really give you some relief due to the blood flow and the flood of endorphins, which can act as natural painkillers. For that exact same reason, gentle to moderate exercise like getting outdoor for a hike can also really help. Magnesium has been shown to have an effect on cramps, as many of us are deficient, and it really helps with so many pathways in the body, including muscular relaxation. I absolutely love 8-sheet magnesium cream. I have a discount code, I'm going to link it below. But even just a warm bath with Epsom salts is amazing. CBD is still somewhat newer on the scene, but it can be really helpful for some people due to its general anti-inflammatory properties. Red raspberry leaf tea really doesn't have a lot of research behind it, but it's traditionally consumed during menstruation as well as pregnancy and is said to help tone the uterus, so some people find it really helpful. And on the note of warm tea, Chinese medicine talks about eating warming foods and fluids, as well as keeping your feet warm to help with energy movement during your period. So if you've tried any of these, let me know in the comments what's worked for you, and if not, let me know what you're gonna try next. Remember that if you are miserable, unable to function, or dependent on medication, please seek help and additional testing. And remember to come back in the next couple weeks because we have that menstruation movement session that is going to help you feel much better. As always, thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon.